I met first time dance in my life was I remember like a first dance means what for me. Um, I was in the home. I was just watching TV. There was an old Tamil song came, and I don't know from where my mom from the kitchen, with the vessel in the one hand and then with the a bowl in the other hand. She ran and she started coming and she started dancing for the same song in front of the TV. I stopped watching TV. I was staring at her. She was singing exactly the same song and the movement, and then she was going around in the house, and I was very young. And I was like, what is this? Like that's the first time I saw dance. That's where I felt this is something which makes my mom completely a different. I've never seen my mom dancing, or so that's my first met with dance, I would say. Dance for me today is what I was and what I am today. What I was, as I started, um, I never fell in love with dance before. I was always wanted to be an athlete. My whole interest was in sports from my childhood. Dance was introduced for me. Girls means should learn Bharatnatyam. Boys means should learn martial arts and cricket and play around. Um, so I was very curious watching my brother, and I was very fascinated to he was going for kung fu class and cricket and basically playing around and going out, and me, I have to go to the dance class, disciplined, and then female, all these kind of things. So initially it was forced to me. I didn't know the reason what I'm doing and why am I doing, what is the purpose. And even when I was learning Bharatnatyam, it was a routine. Like you go to school, you eat food, and then doing the routine things. Um, Professionally, actually, when I started traveling with my dance teacher, with my Vaijayanti Kashi ma'am, the Kuchipudi dance teacher, and all over the India, all these kind of culture, heritage, and a discipline is there, but also there is a more than that. There's something which makes more reason to what you're doing, and I felt the value while I was doing classical dance. And then going into joining art gallery was a lot of windows were opened. It's not just one door to enter and exit. I thought classical dance was entering the house and exiting. There is a one door where there is a purpose to enter the house and exit the house. But contemporary dance, I felt several windows allowing different kinds of air and then perspective and then expressing, and that's what I am today from my past value of the classical dance. The layer after I joined art gallery, I would say entering into contemporary world, contemporary dance, contemporary perspective, classical into contemporary. That's what I would say. I had more values, I had more interest in classical dance after starting contemporary, because while I was doing classical dance, of course there is a layers and it's like a golden frame, and it has a border, so that you know that you go out of the border or frame. Your paint can't go outside the border, even though it's an abstract painting. Contemporary dance, I felt the canvas was huge in terms of to express and also to know this layer better and more values towards what I have learned and what I did. So I found myself while I started doing contemporary dance, definitely, because there was a more depth in it. I didn't leave the values. I started valuing more, like even the heritage, and because it needs, what do you say? It's like if I have to navigate the nature, if you say from here to there you have to go, each one choose in their own pathways. But only you can see your own pathway, which way you want to go. But we all are clear about what is our goals and where we are reaching and how to navigate. That's what I think the layers was done for me. Working with Jai, it's definitely, it's like a conversation with audience also, because he's a choreographer, he's an outside eye, but he's visualizing his own eyes into our through eyes. It's like you're watching TV, sometimes you're watching your own film. It's like that. So it's like a reflection and then getting back. So also we are, it's very interesting for me when he gives any task or anything. So basically I'm trying to understand what he's saying, because it's his idea and our body, whether sometimes he's subject and he's object, it's we play with like an audience, exactly like that, because he's visualizing something, he's imagining something, and he's giving some images. So how those images becomes reality. And also we know that as we're performing, it's a reality we are creating on stage. So this idea of like the cycling of in and out and in and out, which is I felt processing of giving and taking, it's processing much better. It's like a olive, you extract and extract and extract. It's a small seed, but how a seed can become an oil, that more what you say, the process is much more interesting for me. For me, articulatory language, it started 16 years back when I saw the first production of articularies, me being as a student. Um, and then huge technology was used, which was a first introduction for me, like a huge gauze in the front, and then like a projection, lights, sound, an abstract sound, coming from classical background and listening to this, just a sound, not a music. It's supposed to be called as a music. And new introduction of high technology and hybrid technology, mixed media, I would say. So I was like, almost I couldn't believe it's a performance. I felt I'm watching a film, because behind the screen there was a projection and the dancers were performing behind the screen. So this illusion effect and magical and dream kind of feelings I had, and plus watching a performance in a different perspective, not just as a body moving, body having an interactive kind of performance. So I felt this is something which is like a dream coming to true, a true which you're seeing, it's in a dream world. So I felt like that. And over a period of time, from past 16 years, I've been working with Jai intensively, a lot of productions, whether it's multimedia productions or one of the production, Medhwani, which is completely, there's no technology, just pots and cylinders and material just using. And also with the new production, Binna Vinyasa, which has props as a part of your body and the landscape kind of scene. So that also, you are in the dream. When you come out of the stage, you're out of the dream. And also the lights and the sound and the projection, which is going through your eyes, but like as you're traveling, some of the images also is like that, so it goes into right in front of your eyes like this. And it's like you get used to your dream. Sometimes you want to dream the same thing, and we are like disturb sleep, or it's exactly like that. I feel, especially when I'm performing with the multimedia. The aesthetics has been changed through this over period of years through experience with articulary and also with my own choreographical journey, which I have almost like a plant growing, has been nourished and also has been grown and reaching out. It's like a roots are roots. What you have trained, what you come with your roots. It's not necessary that it has to be straight or perfect or this thing. It's something which is growing both the side, you know. Me, I came as my own roots as I came into articulary, and then as I started growing out like a contemporary world or an individual as a female choreographer, and also finding my own language, reaching out the branches and sometimes leaf or flowers and the fruits, and then falling and then again growing into the next one, so allowing others plants also to grow but from the same seed. I felt like that over a period of time, how the aesthetics has not has what do you say, it's nothing has harmed me, it has been nourished in a different way. Whether it's a small leaf or a big leaf, it has been growing. It's I know that growth is never stops. Learning is also like that. You cannot say, okay, I have learned everything. It's never ending. It's been growing and growing and growing. Small petals are coming out. I would say like that. The dancer and also a choreographer or dancers has been inspired for my own work, and also basically there are several dancers which almost I don't know the names also. um, it's a particular performance when you watch the presence of a dancers which really fascinates me. There are many performances which I not even don't know who's which dancer, what the name, I've just watched once. There's something about a presence of your body and being on stage, being for you while you're dancing, like almost like a mother saying that I am there, whatever happens, whatever the wrong you do, whatever the good you do, I'm your mother and I'll stick to my duty. It's like that I feel when I watch a beautiful dancer performing with a lot of presence, because it's giving like like a unconditioned love, which I have watched, which is very inspiring. And as a performer, me as a dancer, that's the challenging thing which I feel also that I should. It's my duty and also my pleasure and my what do you say, that's one of the reason which I'm dancing. I want to dance, which makes me inspired, and also self motivation, which makes you, whatever happens, that performance which I saw, that performer, whether I know the name or doesn't know, but that's something which is keeping me fresh, because to do the same movement, for example, you have been trained in the one movement for to become a master, or being finding that fine tune, like a musician's like a beautiful composer or somebody who's tuning their small strings tiny bit, only they know that what the instrument can bring out. Before you playing, you need to tune it. So I felt a very lot of dances inspiring, especially today's youngsters, a lot of work. And about the presence, I would say the best choreographers which I've watched. Again, everything can't be perfect, everything can't be beautiful, and everything can't be sad. There's a mixture of so many layers. That's what I am not taking anybody's name, because there are so many things inspires and so many people's idea. It's not necessary about the choreographer, but it, it's that idea which makes you, wow, and you relate to yourself. It's watching like a film. You see yourself as a different character, whether it happens to your body or whether it has happened to yourself as a self experience. When you are trying something and you know that you will get that, not today, maybe tomorrow, maybe day after tomorrow, that urge of doesn't matter today if it doesn't get, I know that it I'll get tomorrow. This makes you again and again not to leave, to have that motivation. That's what I would thank all the choreographers and all the dancers, because they are the one who is allowing for the next future to keep moving, not to stop something. And I'm thankful to, in general, whomever I watched and whomever I worked. The difference between choreographer and dancer, and especially when you're dancing a solo performance of your own you are the choreographer and you are the dancer, and it's like a solo loki. You're talking to yourself, only you know what you're talking. For sometimes people who hear what you're talking, it might be gibberish. For sometimes, for some people, it might relate exactly what you're talking. They know what it is. Whether I say four words: a cigarette on the table, a dry rose flower, wet leaf, and a dry shoes. It doesn't matter. It, it's just a four different words about the objects. But when you really relate it, it means a lot for you as an individual. So there are definitely a clash and juxtaposed and comparison of your own work, whether you're a dancer or a choreographer, you're working in another piece. All these kind of conflicts happens, and people, or you might judge yourself, what am I doing, is that the same thing I'm doing, what is another piece, or is the same movement I'm creating for the, at the end you are what you are. You can't change what you are, um, to accept that. So in the beginning, I remember my first interview, they asked, so what is your work is about? Are you contemporary dancer or are you classical dancer? Are you kuchipudi dancer, or what is this piece is about? Is it more kuchipudi movement will be there, or it will be more contemporary movement will be there? Then I said, no, you will see me. You will see me moving. That's what you will see. Because I also got confused in the beginning to answer this question. Is it my piece is about that, or my movement or aesthetics? What kind of aesthetics I'm looking? And I've realized maybe you say different concept, different ideas, different piece. This is nothing to do with anything from my previous piece to this thing. Whether you put a projection, you put a huge costume or a set and other things, but you are, you are. At the end, the through line is one. Your journey is about one. So I started realizing that, and then I I've realized that all my work is about what exactly you're seeing now. That's what it is. I'm a female. I'm an Indian. As simple as that. And I'm in a contemporary world now. I'm in a present now. It means that is contemporary. So for me, it's an Indian female contemporary work. As simple as that. So I tell to everybody, what you see, that's what my work is. I think as a role of women, you're a girl before, and then you'll become woman, mother, or a grandmother. It's just the same person has a different role in a different age, different time. Um, all the works are like that, because we are collecting the experience and also information when you travel, when you collaborate, when you meet several people. you're collecting their informations, and also you're giving. In the process of giving and taking the experience, you will build something else. That's a performance, because it's not the same. You might do the exactly the same every day. You will get up, you will have a breakfast, you will have brush, and then this thing. But every single second is different. We might take little more paste, or less shampoo. It's not necessary that we are exactly know what we are doing, but it is different. I think that's the reality of the present presence. I feel that's exactly how it has been evolved, and has been nourished and been going on with my other work. So I think in terms of long term, what will be my future, or what was my past, and I'm being present now. So this juggling with going back and front with the time, with the work also is also like that. I feel each work or each piece production is, it is being differentiate like that, I would say.